Much better now.
Are you gonna be going back, you think, to Bourbon Street to work or?
Yeah, I already worked Wednesday night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I worked Wednesday night.
I didn't know. I was just wondering if you were, gonna keep going down there.
Yeah. You know, I ain't gonna let that stop me.
Huh? So Snake, are you trying to hook up? I don't think a lot of people are coming. David's, Krippner's got friends in town. John is busy with a gig.
That's all right. They all bore me anyway.
Yeah. Joan is on vacation for a month up at the coast,
I saw all that.
and Mike Johnson isn't feeling well.
How's that now?
Oh yeah, we got you.
All right,
How you doing?
We got you now, Snake.
all right.
So what's up in Denver?
It's about 90 today.
Yeah.
90.
It's a little overcast, but it isn't going to be too overcast where my happy hour is.
That's good. Yeah, I was just telling Barry, a lot of people aren't coming today there. Some are on, Joan's on vacation, Mike Johnson's not feeling well. David Krippner has some company in town. John is got a gig. So you just got me and Barry.
That's fine.
Okay.
My basement's still a mess.
When that kind of stuff happens, it takes a long time.
Oh, got the sheetrock done in Texas. Now it's the painting time. And then floor covering.
So after you did the sheetrock, I mean, all that sanding dust is horrific.
Do what?
The sanding dust from the sheetrock.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Well, we got backs down there and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, every time I vacuumed it ended up blowing out. I had to get better filters.
My problem right now is that another problem is the swamp cooler quit.
The air conditioning? The swamp cool, what did you say, the swamp cooler?
Yeah, shot crap.
Yeah. Yeah, those don't work up here because we've got too much humidity. Yeah, I wish they would work.
Maryland, aren't you, Tom?
There we go.
Tom,
Feeling off today.
aren't you in Maryland?
Yeah.
What'd you say, Billy?
Hey, Billy.
Howdy. Hey, Barry, you feeling better?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Hey, Rick.
Hey,
Hey,
Rick.
Rick.
All right, doing get better, Barry?
Yeah, man.
Glad to hear it. Glad to hear
Oh, he's got a cigar in his mouth now. He must be feeling better.
it. Yeah. Bill, are you live or you claymation?
I'm a claymation.
Mr. Bill? Oh, no. You
That's
just
right.
had to do that.
Yeah, like Gumby and Pokey.
All right. Yeah.
Well, Snake, you were feeling a little poorly last week too, were you? Or you?
No, just a little breathing problem, but
Oh, okay.
that goes with the territory anymore.
Yeah. You need to get one of those cigar inhalers like Barry's got.
Yeah. Everybody doing good?
Yeah.
Doing great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Well.
indeed. Well, later when more people are on, Barry, I think you saw a copy of that picture that guy posted on New Orleans, the old New Orleans, that YFM stained glass that.
Oh, I
nobody
saw
can-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to post it just in case it came from one of the other clubs that I don't know about, but I
I
was
don't
there for
remember that.
Yeah, and some girl was saying, yeah, it was behind the bar, and I don't even know who this girl is. And
We had a big, just plate glass, I mean, that kind of, open, there's a big mirror back there.
yeah, no, she said,
I remember.
Yeah, no, I think this guy bought something he thought looked like an old Your Father's Mustache artifact, but
See,
It
I
wasn't
was thinking that maybe it was, remember on the front of the building, they had like a display case? And they might have had some stained glass windows in the little beer cubby hole. Might have been over there.
It could have been there.
yeah.
It wasn't
yeah.
on the wall up, when you had this, what, was it a cigarette machine or
Yeah.
something on the right-hand
Yeah.
side when you first came in? It wasn't over there anywhere, was it? I don't
No,
think.
no. Well, I have a picture of it that I was going to show when everybody gets on later, because it has like a little place where you'd insert a key to unlock it. So it's like it was a cabinet door of some sort.
Hmm.
And unless it was in the manager's office or,
It said New Orleans?
no, it just said
No.
YFM on it. In fact, it had,
YFM registered.
it had a little copyright thing on the bottom of it, which I found
Registered mark,
unusual.
registered.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which I thought was unusual because I don't remember us. In fact, I don't remember anything at the club where it just said YFM. Did you?
I don't know.
No. Anyway, let me see if I can find it. I'll put it up. I can put it up again later. Let me just get rid of this.
Yeah, it was really pretty. I'd love to have it. It was beautiful.
Yeah, no, I told the guy it looked nice. I said I'd show it at the meeting. Roger said it was never there,
Okay,
and so
he would know.
I would think so,
Well,
or if
you
it was
might
in-
not remember. I mean, shit, that's a long
Really?
time ago.
That's a long time ago. That's true.
yeah.
Like Barry said, maybe it was outside in that big display case somehow or another.
Mhm.
Part of that. I don't remember exactly. I don't think so though.
Let me see. What did I do with it? I thought I put it in my little folder to shine. Let's see. I'll find it. Well. Anyway, but yeah, it just said there was this stain, it looked like not even a stained glass, kind of like one of those Tiffany
Tom,
Yeah,
did you see
type
it?
things.
No, I didn't. I'm waiting for Billy to put it up.
I'm gonna see if I can find it. I might have to go back on Facebook and make a copy of it, but I thought I made a copy of it already.
A couple of days ago, someone on Facebook, wasn't it? They posted it.
Yeah.
I'm looking for John's note about the picture that I used for the invitation this week. He sent me a long dissertation on that, so I was going to read it to you.
Oh, John McLaren. Yeah.
Now I'm having trouble finding it.
I had to use a pass key today. Did you, everybody else? Or passcode?
What?
I had to use a passcode today.
Yeah, I had to use the
Yeah, I had
passcode today
Had to
too.
use that passcode.
I don't know how it works.
Sometimes you do. It's not the first time, but usually you just go right in.
Not a big deal, but
Yeah,
They keep putting more and more security on it.
yeah.
There's
That's
three,
probably what it
there's three buttons to press. One of them is the meeting room, one of them is the passcode, and one of them is something else. And I gotta have one of those on, or else it doesn't let me schedule the meetings. I don't want the waiting room because then I have to sit here and watch it the whole time and
Oh,
make sure
sure.
people get in.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
from Joan Dragon the other day, she said she might be on it.
Oh, good.
but then she says she's on vacation too.
She was going to Canada.
Getting
Yeah,
ready to go to Canada, yeah. Listen, there's a cabin on a lake up there somewhere. That's
sounds
pretty
nice. Yeah.
Oh, there
Wow.
it is.
This is it. You see, it has like the little lock here, and it's definitely not big enough to be a door. But I do not remember that from the club.
No, I don't either.
Roger said it was never in the Mustache, but I don't know if it was in another club that maybe ended up down in New Orleans. The guy said he bought it at a garage sale. I mean, it's a nice bit of leaded glass, but
Yeah.
but you see how it has a little copyright thing or the registered.
The YFM, yeah.
Yeah.
The designs look like mustaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I would have thought it could definitely be something that could have been in your father's Mustache, but
One of the other clubs, maybe, I guess.
that's what I was thinking. Maybe or maybe somebody that really liked your father's Mustache had it made, and then
Got permission
Yeah.
to put the YFM in.
I guess.
It's nice.
Yeah, but anyway.
Yeah, that if you can prove that that was in one of the clubs.
Yeah, he wanted a picture of it, and I said, well, I said, I got a lot of mustache pictures, but I have no pictures of anything that looks like that. But I would let anybody in from other clubs look at it to see if
Yeah.
if
Put
they
it up
remember
later.
it.
Maybe Ira would know if it was in New York or something. Well, Barry was up in New York working there too.
Well, Roger was
I
too.
don't remember
Roger.
that in New York.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll show it again later when everybody's logged in and see if
Yeah.
anybody has any recollection of it. But
Pretty.
yeah, like I said, some lady that was on it said she knew the bartender and this was behind the bar or something. You know, I said, well, I danced on the bar a bunch of times and I was behind the bar, but I do not remember seeing this anywhere.
I don't
Fell
know.
off the bar a few times too.
That's right. Yeah. No, especially with a little lock thing.
How big do you think it is? How tall is it? 3 feet?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I asked him if it was how big it was. It wasn't big enough to be a door frame,
Got
so-
a little lock in it, keyhole
Yeah.
thing.
It looks like it was probably covering a cabinet
Display
of some sort.
display case
Yeah.
or cabinet or something.
That's where we kept all our suspenders, I guess, huh? Or our
Mustache ties. Yeah, the little
mustache
string.
ties. Those string ties stayed back there.
Keep them safe.
Yeah. Anyway,
Huh.
I'll bring it up again later in case
Yeah.
anybody else
Here's his.
wants to take a look at it. Oink. Okay.
Chris,
Oh, it's Chris.
How you doing, guys?
Hey, Chris.
Hey,
Did
Chris.
you recognize that thing?
No, that's, I mean, it could have been, in somebody's house whose name was Yuri Mistopoulos or somebody,
Yeah.
I thought it was your fucking mother.
Oh, Lord. That's nasty, Tom.
I don't know. Do you all remember using the initials YFM a lot before? While we were still working there?
No.
No.
We just referred to it as the mustache or the club or
Right.
something like that.
The
but not the
mustache.
YFM. YFM sort of came to me and once we started having these reunions.
Mhm.
But who knows?
I checked, I Googled just YFM since it showed it was a registered trademark. And there's all kind of things, but none of them have anything to do with New Orleans necessarily or your father's mustache.
There was a chain probably of barbershops, one of which was here in Pittsburgh. That would have been a very interesting door cover for a salon, a hair salon.
Yeah.
Would fit more there than it would in a banjo nightclub.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
But the funny thing is when the guy posted it, there's a website, a Facebook group called like It Ain't There No More, New Orleans.
Yeah,
And people will post old artifacts and people will talk
that's what
about
it
it.
was posted on that.
And as soon as this guy posted it, everybody chimed in, your father's mustache, your father's mustache. And my daughter Emily says, Dad, does this look familiar? And I said, no. And then I sent a copy to Roger and we both chimed in. And then I saw Barry chimed in too, and said, no, it doesn't look familiar to us. So the guy says, well, he's trying to get some credence that it's really from your father's mustache. And I said, well, you can't get it from me. It's like, I said,
He
I got
wants some
nothing.
providence on the piece.
Yeah. He says he's not looking to sell it necessarily. He just thought maybe it was a, artifact. He said he bought it at a garage sale.
I'm with Chris. I think it's with the barbershop.
Yeah.
That barbershop, they spell it Mousthe. They put
Mhm.
an O in the mustache.
A mustache.
Mustache.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
since it was registered on that picture, I think
Yeah.
it's a barbershop chain.
Yeah. Because
which
we
is
did,
probably
we wouldn't,
registered too, with a different spelling of mustache.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll check it out one more time. If more people log on, then I'll just send them the information that it wasn't ours,
Yeah.
Because we had too many beers when we were there to remember all that. If
Yeah.
Roger doesn't know about it, it's not there.
Yeah, Roger should
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, Roger pretty much said no, and it wasn't ours, so.
It was a renegade club somewhere.
Yeah.
I
Behind
like the
green
barbershop
door.
idea.
Yeah.
It might be what it is.
Hey, Jim.
Hello, howdy, Jim?
Good afternoon, people. How are you?
Yes, indeed. Are you really outside with those trees, or you got one of those,
No, I'm really outside. I'm
okay,
really
I thought
outside. It's-
you had
it's
me
a
one of those,
lovely-
mic kind of backgrounds behind you.
No, it's a real stuff. It's a lovely day. It's about 83
is.
degrees. Humidity's creeping up, and we're gonna eat out on the deck tonight.
All right.
Yeah, it's good life. Good life.
Is Chris gonna fax you some food or what?
I'm sure Gim is capable of making his own food.
Okay, no.
Oh yeah.
Chris,
I
how'd your
gotta-
pasta goods
I'm gonna
turn
I'm
out?
gonna grill the salmon. I'm in charge of grilling the salmon tonight. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
All right.
Mhm.
Hey, Chris,
Yeah.
how's your pasta goose turn out?
Oh, it was fabulous. Laura really enjoyed it. She had a great birthday dinner. And I'm making her pasta again tonight. I'm making pasta con piselli,
Damn.
which is macaroni with peas.
Oh yeah.
And side dish of shrimp, but I'm trying to clean out the fridge. We're going to North Carolina for a couple of weeks, so I got to get rid of everything that's perishable in here.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it was my wife's birthday yesterday, and I asked her if she wanted a big gagoots, and she said she had a headache. She said, I got a headache, so.
Saw that one coming.
Yeah.
Bill.
Hey, the day before yesterday, I sent you, Tom, and you, Barry, a note asking to give me Harold Johnson's email because I couldn't figure out which one of the 1,000 emails I had was his. And
Oh,
suddenly
God,
it appeared in my phone. To whom do I thank for that?
Wasn't me.
That's Barry.
Okay. Thank you.
Man, I tell you what, I'm on the spot, baby.
Yes, indeed.
You are indeed.
I'm the kid, man. Look out for the kid.
He's
Yeah.
recovered. He's recovered and on the ball.
Was it, you got you a daiquiri and a cigar?
Out of daiquiri, Diet Coke and a cigar.
Oh, okay.
Life is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, New Orleans is closing down again, kind of, sort of. I mean,
I played
mask-
at Fritzl's Wednesday night. We were packed.
wow.
I'm talking about standing room only by the bar, in there by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bar. It was three deep at the bar.
Man, are they masking up again or what?
People, I would say maybe 20% of the customers had masks on. The rest didn't give a shit.
Well, I
Y'all
hope
don't have the plexiglass shield up or anything like that, did you?
Was it up?
well,
Wow.
Did
I
you
think
get
the risk takers are going to bring the hammers of hell down on all of us. I'm afraid. I'm afraid this Delta virus is far more virulent than the ordinary folks understand. You listen to the medical folks; they tell us that it's going to get so much worse than it is now. We're up to 100,000 new infections a day, and it's going to double. It's just I'm getting really scared about this thing. Not
Yeah,
for me personally, but for our reunion. I mean, if it gets worse, then the governments are going to shut down travel, and the airlines are already understaffed because people can't get planes in the air because of decommissioned so many of them during the pandemic. Rental cars are a problem. It's just there are problems everywhere, all just related to this COVID thing, and it's getting worse. And
Yeah.
it's thanks to those non-vaccinated people that it is getting worse. And that's
That's
the
what's-
sick, sad, awful part of it. Really is.
That's what's causing it. The unvaccinated people are ignoring it. It's going to go away. Nothing about
I was vaccinated and I still got it.
Oh, yeah, you
Yeah,
can still
but
get it.
But it was a mild dose, and that was thanks to the fact that you were vaccinated.
That's right. That
You
is
didn't
true.
even- No, not in the hospital or on ICU.
the
or
people that
anything
are
like that.
spreading it are the people that aren't vaccinated and are not wearing masks?
Is it this weekend
Exactly.
having a big motorcycle event up in Sturgis, or is it next weekend? Something like that's coming up.
Yeah, it's this week.
Mm.
Expecting 100,000 people or so.
Yeah, and they come from all 50 states too.
Yeah.
go to that one little, what is it, North Dakota? Or
Sturgis, North Dakota, yeah.
North
Big
Dakota.
bump.
Sturgis, North Dakota, yeah. 100,000 motorcycles.
Any of you guys fool with motorcycles?
I had a motorcycle for 50 years. It was great. I got rid of it 3-4 years ago.
Is
I
that
had one
right?
when I was in college.
I had a BMW R60, 1967 version. I bought it in Germany and brought it back, and I kept it all those years. It was just a terrific bike.
I want all the wheels I can get.
But it weighed 500 pounds, and I was just not about to deal with anything that
Yeah.
big anymore.
Right. Yeah. You hate it when it falls over and you can't get it back up.
Oh, well, that's why you have roll bars, you know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mike
Um,
Gentry and his wife have motorcycles. You know, they live in the hills, you know, in the mountains there in Arkansas. They
Cool.
got a couple of motorbikes. They take them out riding.
Oh yes, good country for it.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Tom
Mike
had-
Hashem a big motorcycle guy?
I don't know if he's a big motorcycle guy, but he's got a big motorcycle and his wife's got a nice one. And all that.
I had a motorcycle, but I lost it.
Yeah. Tom's got one of those submersible motorcycles.
Oh yeah.
Part of it was sticking out of Bayou St. John for a while.
I had
Yeah.
one when I was in college. I rode it from Memphis to Yellowstone Park and worked up there all summer. Didn't make enough money, had to sell it to come home. So that was,
Wow.
yeah.
That must
No,
that
I did-
stuff.
I just think of like sometimes motorcycles. I mean, I've ridden them, but I've never owned one. But there's certain times of the year around here where they got the love bugs and the bugs that are flying around like that. And
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
you don't want to be on the open road around in South Louisiana. I mean, it's just gross. I mean, it's gross inside of a car. I can imagine what it'd be like hitting you in the face.
Well, if you know somebody with a motorcycle, ask them how they deal with the bugs that get on their teeth.
Yeah.
From the
Happy motorcycle.
Well, I had a
Hey, what about-
motorcycle when Billy and I both worked at a TV station, and I didn't realize that in New Orleans every day at 3 o'clock when I got off work, it was raining. And I learned quickly with that motorcycle.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, any of you guys remember Johnny Gill? John Gill?
oh yeah, very well.
You remember him? Well, he's
Oh,
living down here in New Orleans. And Danny hired him last week to play on one of Danny's job on Bourbon Street.
Sure.
Danny's got 4 nights down there. Danny said, Johnny, why don't you play a couple of mustache tunes? So they did a mustache set. Danny was telling me that it was very well received by the crowd. I was
Really?
surprised.
He was with Kirk Murphy, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. He did play with Turk. I saw him out in San Francisco one time.
I met him when I in Denver here.
Yeah, well, he's down here now. He's playing with Danny on Monday and Tuesday night.
Good for him. When you see him, give my best. Really, he's a good
I'll
guy.
probably see him pretty soon.
He's a good guy. He's a very
Yeah.
talented guy too. He plays guitar, banjo, and drums, and I forget
Drums?
what- yeah,
Trombone, soprano, sax, clarinet.
I remember trombone, but I don't remember clarinet.
Well, look, when I was up in New York playing at the New York Club in the daytime, Danny, myself, and Johnny Gill on the soprano sax, we'd go set up in Battery Park and play
Sure,
tips, you know, play street music.
sure.
Hell, we were making big money down there. The Statue of Liberty was looking at us as we were playing.
Good plan. Good plan.
Yeah.
John has lived in New York for a while. He lived here for a long while, actually. Then he went out to work for Turk. And then he formed his own band after Turk died. And I forget the name of it. It was basically a Turk Murphy knockoff kind of band. They played that San Francisco jazz.
Right.
Then he moved somewhere else, and maybe that was Denver. Maybe Snake got it on the head there. I don't remember that. And then I did read that he was moved to. He heard from him that he'd moved to New Orleans, but I don't know what he's up to. I'm glad he's working.
Well, you know, he's not working a lot. You know, Danny needed somebody and gave him a call because they used to work together in New York, you know?
Sure. Okay.
And
That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
yeah.
Does anybody remember Bob Razio, the washboard player for Turk? No, he was with South Frisco,
I
Nope.
don't remember him.
South Frisco Jazz Band.
Sorry, I missed what you said, Snake. Let's say it again.
Bob Razio. He was a washboard player for South Frisco Jazz Band,
Raggio, sure, okay.
and he played a lot with Leon Oakley and those guys.
Yeah, Leon, right? I know Leon. I got to meet all those guys when I was the music director for Joel's Connecticut Jazz Festival. So I hired South Frisco and I hired all those guys. So I got to meet them all, sit in, that kind of stuff.
Indeed.
Good guys, good music.
Oh yeah, South Frisco had its own style. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up about the new pandemic. I mean, the new COVID. I'm wondering how it will affect us down as far as like the plans for, Connecticut.
Well, we don't know yet. We're proceeding on course, and if the governor shuts down the state, then we have to react.
Mm, yeah. Because down here, they're saying that they expect it to peak in September.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. I mean, that's in Louisiana, though. I mean, Louisiana hasn't adhered to the vaccinations or the masks, so they expect it to continue to get worse for a while here.
Well,
I just switched my plans to fly into Hartford and drive, rent a car and come down rather than to drive the whole way. So I'm going to have to look to somebody if they can bring an extra tenor banjo along, because I don't fly with my banjo.
you don't really?
Yeah.
It goes in, particularly a tenor, because it's smaller. It'll fit the overhead.
Yeah, but I can't manage it with my walker and the whole thing. It's just
I got you. Yeah.
I can barely get myself on a plane.
There are such things as airplane-proof cases. I have one, and when I bring my guitar on the job, I have to put one of them in their airplane-proof case, and then put the other one in the overhead. And they're fairly expensive, though. If you're not going to use it, I wouldn't recommend buying it. But if you plan on airplane travel at all, it's worthwhile having one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm hoping to avoid airplane, and no matter what. So I said I'm still planning the drive as long as it's still going to be on, in October.
Expensive one.
You know what? Last month I flew to Florida for my brother-in-law's funeral.
Oh, wow.
And I mean, we wore masks on the plane and in the airport, but other than that, there was no problems at all.
Yeah. You saw that video from Frontier Airlines where they had to duct tape that guy to his seat.
Yeah, right.
It was hysterical. I mean, it's like, yeah. They interviewed the flight attendant who had to tape him. Is a large African American man who gave a blow description, and he got to be a great stand-up comic. The way he described the whole thing.
Oh, really?
He just was like describing. I had to zip that tape off. Zip! He described everything that he did to the guy to get him back in his seat and tape him down.
I don't know what's wrong with people. They know they're going to have to wear the mask on the plane. If they don't, they're idiots.
Yeah.
You have to wear a mask from the time you get into the first terminal, on the plane, on the runway, and until you leave the terminal you arrive at. You have to be masked up the whole way.
Yeah.
That's
The
rules.
governor. Yeah. No, the
But it's
governor
their,
mandated
it's their constitutional rights. It's the 75th or 76th Amendment. Isn't it?
Yeah, right.
That's
So they had
people are just
They had an interesting story. They were talking about mandatory vaccinations for the military, and of course now these people are talking about, oh, it's never been done. It's never been done. And
yes,
then they had a fact checking thing. George Washington mandated that his troops get vaccinated against. Trying to remember what it was back then.
Smallpox.
Smallpox. That was it. Smallpox. And because like they had like as many as like 1,100 of them were laid up And, you know, like back then, you needed every soldier you could get. So any new recruits and all had to be vaccinated against smallpox to do it. And it was in writing, you know, so it's, you know, something that they can't say it's never been done or never been mandated for the military before. And also the people in St. Tammany Parish where I live, the parents, they are now bitching outside the school board meetings saying they don't want their kids to have to wear masks. And 28% of them are testing positive for COVID right now.
Go raising
Young
hell at
people.
that school board meeting.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
You know,
How stupid. I mean, people are just,
government control and this, that, and the other thing. And they, you know, said, what's sad is these kids have to go back with idiot parents. They go to school and then they go home and their parents are assholes, you know?
and then what
And
they
every
can do with
every one of
it.
them, every one of them is vaccinated for smallpox and probably polio.
Yeah.
And we didn't complain
yeah.
then, did we?
Yeah.
Tell them to wear a
can't
seatbelt, don't they?
You can't go to school unless you've been vaccinated for smallpox.
Right. Yeah. You can't, you have to show, what is it? The measles, what is it? The measles, mumps,
Mumps, measles,
diphtheria.
Diphtheria
Diphtheria. When's the last time you heard anybody having diphtheria?
or smallpox, really. Or polio.
Yeah, it's all part of that inoculation that all the kids get, you know?
Yeah, we've been chipped many times when we were growing up, right?
Yeah. Tipped and dipped.
When I was in the army, you just showed up and you had this guy shoot things into your arm and you walked and you signed a piece of paper and off you went. It was so don't tell me they weren't mandatory.
That's
Right.
Hey, Jim. Walk through the line and get them all.
Yeah. Turn your head and cough.
Yeah.
Can you think of a more cheerful? Can we think of a more cheerful subject?
Okay.
You know, it's cheerful. You know, what you talked to Joel about these guys doing a bar song. The waiters that show up.
So far,
Right now you
You
got.
could have an entrance ramp.
And Roger
I can still get on a bar. Hell, man.
and
Yeah.
Ira.
I'm gonna keep my pants on this time though.
We got at least 5 or 6 service guys. I think they should wear blue and white vests the whole time. Get people clapping their hands and get up and do a bar song.
Oh,
As long as we get free beer all night, that's fine.
That's what
That's
I
what they're
think.
used to. Yeah. Well, somebody's gonna have to hold my camera.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I could strap a GoPro on.
Yeah.
Maybe we can have a beer chugging contest too.
Oh, Lord.
I doubt the theater would allow that, but we can certainly do that on an extra curricular basis.
Yeah. Only if Tom's wife enters.
Yeah,
Emily won it at your father's mustache on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
The same night she met Tom.
yeah.
Oh,
I met her when David Krippner put her over his shoulder and set her in front of me at the door and said, "Don't let her back in." And I said, "What did you do?" She goes, "I don't know. I was just in a beer chugging contest." And then she beat 8 guys, which is 8 glasses of beer, and they held her arm up and she puked. She's not a big woman.
No. Wow.
And I knew
Good
that
old days.
love at first sight.
She just did not want to lose. That's all. No
Yeah.
matter what it took.
And she won twice, met Tom again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the best prize there is.
Yes.
And I come with unlimited beer, so.
You the booby prize?
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
I call
We
it.
had got. We
That
had
was a
gotten.
nice picture you put up of Bonnie, Billy, on Facebook, I saw.
Yeah. Wow.
that was very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She tells me she appreciates it that I still see her like we were when we first got married. And I said, yep, that's how I see you. You know.
You're a very smart man.
You know?
You missed your calling. You should be in the diplomatic corps.
Yeah. Yeah, I mellowed out in my old age.
After a
Old
heart
age.
attack and
Yeah, I'm so glad that we don't have what are the iPhones and stuff from back when we were younger. You
Oh
know,
my God.
yeah. Mm.
God, could you imagine the pictures that came out of the mustache then?
Oh, we'd probably have a
Can you imagine?
documentary.
Right. You're
Yeah.
right about that, Tom. If everybody had cell phones back in the mustache days, it'd be bad news.
We didn't, none of us would have ever gotten jobs.
I would have absolutely no creds telling my kids not to do certain things.
Right.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. You can imagine the pictures.
Mm.
Walk
I
in the back
remember-
room, walked in the back room one time to change clothes, and there's Jim Viator screwing back there.
Yeah,
You're right, one of his Vince Vance things. And I said, well, excuse me, I'm going to change. They didn't stop and I didn't either. Should have had myself my phone.
Yeah.
there was somebody, everybody kept telling me after one of the Mardi Gras that my picture was in one of the newspapers. And finally I saw the newspaper in it because I couldn't find it, but it was my butt. I was looking for my face, but I still sent it to my mother and she was happy.
There ain't much difference though, huh?
Bigger cheeks.
Yeah, it even has a mustache. No, you
Yeah,
actually, you
I
did.
remember the big deal every Mardi Gras was the waiters would take tape and spell out Happy Mardi Gras on their asses. Y'all remember that?
Oh, I totally remember it.
One letter per cheek, and they'd spell out Happy Mardi Gras, get up on a bar and pull it, drop their drawers.
Just had to remember
Everybody
getting.
Happy Mardi Gras.
I was number 72 or 72.
Yeah, you just had to make sure you were in the right order when you got up there.
Yeah.
And the old ladies loved her.
We used to have a moon scene. With,
Yeah.
I was going to say I was the exclamation point, and I didn't have to paint anything.
Oh, goodness. Long time ago. Oh, Bill.
Guys from New Orleans, remember when they built that, I guess they call it a projection booth?
Oh yeah,
In the
Well, we
back.
had to-
A projection booth they had there, and for a while we were selling, for Oktoberfest, we were selling pretzels out of it. Remember that?
How were we?
So I thought you were about the projection bouth where the
Projector.
No,
Projector
not
was.
that, not that, it was.
Oh, you're
right
talking
by
about the booth
service
that-
door.
the booth
Oh, the
that
other
faced
window,
Bourbon,
the beer stand.
that faced Bourbon Street. The beer
No,
stand.
No, it faced Rizzo's Pizza Parlor. It was right next to the service bar. It was a big structure, I would say 4 feet by 4 feet. I think it
On
was
Bourbon Street?
originally, there'd be some kind of projection deal there, but then it ended up, we sold pretzels out of it.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I don't remember that one.
Remember that either, but
Now, was it like that bar down the street that had those fake legs swinging out through the window?
Don't they still have them?
I think they do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Look, we opened up a mustache in that tent. in that
I
building.
know. Yeah,
Big Daddy, Big Daddy.
it was cold. It was cold down there, man.
I played there. I played in it. It was a tent on Bourbon Street, and it was cold back there.
Yes, it was.
And it didn't work. And you know why it didn't work? Because it was run by the mob. I mean, Fred and Roger were the front guys, but it was run by the mob, and the mob couldn't figure out how you can charge $3.25 for a pitcher of beer. They wanted to charge $12.
Oh, boy.
So that's what we charged, $12, like every other joint on Bourbon Street. And guess what? Nobody went in.
Well, they
Nobody
should have
came
charged-
in.
They should have charged $3.25 and then $9 to protect you to drink it.
But that's the reason why it didn't work. I'm telling you.
Huh.
Yeah.
Nobody would come in and spend $12 for a pitcher of beer.
That's ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's even expensive now, $12.
Yeah.
Well, especially for Schlitz.
Yeah.
And this was- and you know what year that was? That was 1980, 83, I would imagine, somewhere up in there.
Wow. Well, yeah, wow, that was long after it burned down.
Yeah,
Yeah, a long time, yeah.
My favorite place they took over after they, when Fred and Roger tried to do it at the old show bar, the old strip joint.
I played there. I was
Yeah,
there.
yeah. In fact, I was working at the TV station by then, but I came back in a couple nights. Eddie would call me to come down and work and they were showing, they had that play, Let My People Come, to before the band came on. Do you remember that?
Do I remember it? I got a story about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so they were doing a play called Let My People Come, which involved 100%
Nudity.
nudity.
Yeah, yes.
100%. They could get away with it because it was theatrical,
Uh,
right?
Yeah.
So 100% nudity. Now here I am. I bring me and 3 other guys, a mustache band. Fred and Roger asked us to do the warm-up show. All right, to play 2 sets before they do this theatrical thing. Bringing the guys, us being backstage with these buck naked girls running around, that didn't work.
Yeah. Yeah, you didn't help them put on their makeup.
That's
Those
good.
girls were saying these guys are looking at us. I said, well, what do you expect? I mean, shit.
Yeah, you're naked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those girls lived next to me up at Bayou, up at the Bayou. I think her name was Tomato or something.
Yeah, I did a show later with Anne Sauvé. She was in it and she choreographed a couple other shows. So, but yeah, I was there working when they did it, and then y'all came back on again after the show was over.
I believe so, Billy. That's a
Yeah,
long
you did.
time ago.
Because I know y'all spoofed one of their songs when y'all came back out. So in that show, it was a lot of fun. But I remember Neil Tidwell was playing too at the time. He had the
Right.
tuba because he was able just to pick up the show tune that they were doing and just play it just by listening to it a couple times, you know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He died too soon. He was a young man when he died.
Yeah.
mm,
Jim Neil Tidwell, he was a tuba player for the symphony down here.
oh,
And he
Yeah, he was-
also he taught tuba at Loyola University. But the thing is, he was a wonderful mustache and jazz player.
Oh
Just
yeah,
wonderful.
he was fun. But I remember him, Jim. He played 12th Street Rag on the tuba.
Wow.
cool.
I was waiting to see his liver come out through it.
Hey, Ira.
Good morning,
How you
Ira.
guys doing?
Hey, Ira,
Okay.
Barry, how you feeling?
terrific. Since I see you, I'm feeling better, man. I know
That's
I'm
good.
looking good.
Don't you see he has his new inhaler with him? It's helping his breathing.
I'm finished COVID, so I'm smoking a cigar.
I don't blame you. One of our friends in our group just got COVID.
Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Can somebody please go give it to that asshole governor you got?
Oh, why are you being so nice to him? He is the worst.
He is the worst.
We got an attorney general that's probably should work for Florida.
Landry.
Jeff Landry. Yeah, whatever the governor says, mandatory masking. Landry's telling people how they can get around his mandates. Our
Oh,
attorney
that's
general.
good.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Get him a job on
Yeah.
Fox News.
Yeah. And I think he should work for Florida, though. I'd love to see him go.
We got enough idiots down here.
Yeah. Don't you wish that only the people that were assholes caught it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Maybe DeSantis will catch it.
Yeah, I prefer to call him disasshole.
Yeah. How about DeSantis? That's what we call him. He's such an idiot.
Yeah. Well, he's posturing to run for president.
Oh, or vice
Yeah.
president.
Hey, Ira,
Wow.
how do you think Joe Terra would handle this whole pandemic thing?
Joe wouldn't leave the house for 2 years. Right? He wouldn't leave the house for 2 years.
Probably so.
He only left the house within a 3-block area anyway.
That's right.
What you
I
say,
always
Barry? If
wondered
he goes,
when
he goes
he
about
worked
14th
with-
Street, he gets a nosebleed.
Yeah.
Joe worked with you guys down at the Red Garter on the shore, and I always wondered how the hell he got there, because like Ira says, he never left never left the West Village.
I
Wonder how
took
he-
him home a few times from there.
But I tell you what, he liked it in New Jersey because we were in one little area of town, North Wildwood. All
Right.
the clubs were there, all the restaurants and diners were
Yep.
within a 2-block walk. So that was his style.
What was that diner we went to, Barry? Shit.
The Bird's Eye was one of them.
No, not the Bird's
Triangle
Eye.
was one.
The big diner.
But everything was within a 2-block radius
Yeah,
walk. So he liked that. And all the musicians, they had rooms on top of the club. So we lived right over the club.
Yeah. He had that
Convenient.
corner room.
Yeah.
He had the room in the corner with a
Remember
chain
Dan-
ladder hanging out the window.
Remember Danny and I had what they called the Silver Dollar apartment.
oh yeah,
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
I remember Joe's. And then Fran used to come down once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Yeah, and I drive him back to New York once in a while. But he was happy down there. He liked it.
Yeah, he liked it down there.
Yep. Boy, we're only 8 people now. It's getting smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
Well, Joe also liked it down there because they had a lot of Italian influence in Jersey there, and he'd get his salami and olives and stuff like that. That's what he liked to
That's
eat.
true. That's true.
I mean, we go sit at a restaurant, he'd order an order of salami and some olives.
Yeah, and a cup of tea.
They look at
Always
what he
had a
was
cup
talking
of tea.
about,
Yep,
a cup of tea.
always.
Salami, olives, and hot tea
Yeah,
or cold tea, whatever.
That's what he get.
yep.
Yeah.
Like a little antipasta salad.
Guess what? When you think about it, he was a little weird, but that's all right.
well, the mafia settled in New Jersey. Yeah, you know, The Sopranos is half real. You know that the TV series.
Yeah.
And I used to say this to people about New Jersey. He says, the mafia really found a home in New Jersey. In fact, maybe you weren't aware of this, but there are 26 black Cadillacs on Sicily, and they all have Jersey plates. And people would believe that. They really would.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
We were talking about motorcycles earlier, and I remember one time we took a day trip out of New York and went down to Jersey and kind of prowled around out in the countryside where it was where big mansions and all that kind of thing. And I remember running across what must have been a Mafia Don's place, because we just kind of stopped and were looking over the gate, and suddenly these two hoods came out from a turret holding up the gates in the kind of a part. And they said in no uncertain terms that we weren't welcome there, and that we'd best move on for our own good. And so we did. But there's a lot of truth to that story about the Italians and the mafia in New Jersey.
Hey, Billy, show Ira and
Yeah.
and give that piece of glass that came across Facebook.
Oh, okay. Let me find it
See
again.
if they recognize.
Piece of glass.
Well-
Stained glass. We're trying to figure out if it was in one of the clubs.
Oh,
It said YFM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. You think that was from one of the clubs?
Well, this guy, people think it is. They've been kicking it around. There's a group called Ain't There No More New Orleans, and they put in artifacts from things that aren't around anymore. And somebody posted this, and everybody said, "Oh, that was from your father's mustache." And I'm on the group too, but my daughter tipped me off to it. And I looked at it and I said, "I was there for 4 years, and I don't remember that."
Yeah, It wasn't
the
there.
club. And then they had some other people. One gal said, "Oh yeah, I knew the bartender from in the 60s, and I remember it from behind the bar," or something like that. And I said, "Well,
Really?
I danced on the bar, and I was behind the bar, and I don't remember it." So I said I would show it at the meeting in case anybody else knew it might, maybe it was from another club or something.
Ira, you recognize that?
No, it's not from New York.
No, not
And
that.
I
How
don't
big,
remember
how
it
big is
from,
it?
I don't remember it from Denver.
It's about 36 inches by 20, something like that,
Okay.
the guy told me. It's not big enough for a door, but it's like a cabinet. It has a little lock on the,
Yeah, I
In
don't
front of
remember it
it.
at all, Barry.
yeah,
It's not from the New Orleans club?
no. No,
I don't recognize it, but remember the New York club had stained glass windows out near the gas lights.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, it was all stained glass.
And it could
Those
be,
is
and that
those
looks
is
like
kinda
it looks like a
leaded
recently
glass. It's
stained-
kind of like Tiffany glass, Yes.
That's what I thought, Jim, that might be one of those glass things in the New York club.
That's
No,
what
I've never seen it, Barry. Unless Jim saw it before me,
I don't
the
remember it.
60s.
I
I
don't
don't remember it.
remember it, but
We
Why
had all
would him?
stained, we had all stained glass, but I don't remember this.
Mhm. Yes, that's put together like a Tiffany lamp, it's leaded glass,
Right.
Yeah.
a little lock on the front.
Yep.
So I don't know,
A
it
display
definitely-
door, a cabinet door or something, maybe.
yeah.
Too bad
it-
our old friend Jeff ain't here. He'd tell you what year was put up and that he put it up himself.
He probably designed it and had it made, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Send
The
it,
story would take
If you
3
really wanna-
years for him to tell it.
if you really want to know, send it to Joel. He'll remember.
Hey, Donnie.
Hey,
Hey, Dottie.
Hey, Dottie. Oh,
We're trying to figure out where it is.
Hey, Dottie.
Figure if it was in the clubs or not.
oh.
Maybe it was at a club like St. Louis or Vancouver, or Chicago.
yeah. Well, the guy bought it in the garage sale in New Orleans, so he was assuming it was from your father's mustache here. But I don't remember us ever just posting YFM instead of your father's mustache.
Right, and he has the registered trademark there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
it
might
does,
be-
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good for you.
I Googled YFM and there's all kinds of different places, but the font and the little pseudo mustaches in the stained glass design would definitely make you think it was either your father's mustache or someplace that dealt with mustaches, so it's like,
Yeah.
anyway.
Is it for
not as-
sale?
Well,
So-
no,
hey, so-
he bought it at a garage sale and he said he wasn't planning to sell it, but he was wanting to find out if it was really an artifact from your father's mustache. And I said, well, I can't tell you it was because it doesn't look familiar to me, but I will show it to people,
I don't think it is. I think it's a coincidence.
Yeah.
Somebody earlier said they can't remember us using the expression YFM till the reunion started.
Yeah.
Well, looks like it's got a hinge on the left side there, though.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like a cabinet door of some sort.
Yeah.
Could be.
And there's a lock on it too.
Right, there's a little lock right here.
See, we used to have a cabinet about that size that was on a bandstand that we put the sound equipment on. But I don't remember a door like that.
Well,
It did have a door.
asking the musicians is probably we're probably not the people to ask because we went through life kind of, half anesthetized. And maybe send it to Roger and to Joel.
I was
They-
gonna say that
Roger already
Roger would
looked at
probably
it.
know.
they
No,
might
Roger
know.
already looked at it. He said it wasn't ours, so,
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
yeah. And he's been in all the clubs, so I guess he would know.
I think it's.
Anyway, now, just thought I would poke it out there.
Well,
It would
It's a
be-
nice piece. It really is a nice piece.
It wouldn't be from Brussels or London because they would never have brought it back.
It wasn't Brussels.
What's that?
It wasn't Brussels. That was,
No.
Wow. So who all played in Brussels? You played there, Snake. Who else?
Mike Gentry,
Mike
Harry
Gentry.
Black.
Mike Johnson?
Well, Mike was there, sure, but he
Yeah.
was there a bit earlier than I was.
Probably Harry Black played there too.
He did. I got to know he and Marie very well.
Did anybody, did they sell mustache mugs out there too that had their club name on it?
God, I don't remember.
I was just curious.
I never saw a mug with Brussels on it.
Yeah, because I've got every time I see one on eBay, if it's something I don't have, I snap it up. But I've got Denver and Boston and Greenwich Village, of course, New Orleans, a shitload of them. You know, but
Most of them are New Orleans.
yeah, yeah. One time I called a guy out. He talked about an antique mug from the 1950s, blah blah blah, and I
All right.
chimed back to him. I said, "You got it wrong."
Yeah.
I said it couldn't possibly be before like the early 60s, you know. And it was also one of the ones that had New Orleans on it. And I don't think they started that right away. There was a generic mug that had all the clubs' names on it that they sold in New Orleans at first. You know.
Oh, it didn't just have New Orleans.
No, the first mugs that they sold in New Orleans had all the clubs' names on it. Roger has one. I've got one, and I think Tom has one.
Yeah.
I don't have one. I only have the ones from 3 clubs.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And I saw that Apple Blossom one, but I didn't buy it. I saw on eBay some Apple Blossom festival. Must have been an outside job or something for your father's mustache, but it was the real mustache mug, but it had Apple Blossom Festival or something on it.
Yeah, I saw that.
They got one of like $30-something for it. I said, forget it. You know.
No.
But in fact, they got somebody on eBay. They had like 6 of your father's mustache New Orleans mugs for like $30 plus and free shipping. You know, so somebody must have been doing a lot of drinking down there.
Most of the mugs that I see on eBay are for New Orleans.
Say,
Majority.
Ira,
Yeah.
up in New York, could you just walk in and buy a glass of beer without the mug?
Yes.
Where in New York?
Yeah,
Yeah, we had regular glass mugs.
Right.
It was
right.
75 cents for a mug.
And in New
26.
Orleans, we had regular glass mugs, but you couldn't buy it like that. You had to buy it in the mustache mug.
They came
But
with
our
the
regular
picture.
glass,
Yeah,
our
we
regular
didn't have
glass
that.
mugs, our regular glass mugs were only 10 ounces though.
Right, that's what we
So-
sold.
Yeah, but we sold the mustache mugs are 16 ounces.
Really?
You know? Yeah, yeah.
That's big.
So, yeah.
No,
So
we
you
just
get
had the
actually-
regular mugs, 75 cents a mug, $3.50 a picture.
Yeah. So actually they got a better deal getting a mustache mug, you know, because you got a little bit more beer. Yeah.
Mm.
And you had to get the mustache mug, right, in New Orleans?
Yes,
Right.
yes. You didn't
you
have to
get a
keep it,
refund.
but you didn't have to keep it, but you had to buy it.
Yeah.
You know?
But everybody
And
kept.
the waiter could not cash it in for you. If you wanted
Oh,
to
you had
cash
to take it
in,
up.
you had to take it to the bar, you know, so.
Most people kept them though. You know,
Yeah, that's why we sold so many.
in and bar, very seldom.
Mhm.
Well, they were used to Pat O'Brien's with those hurricane cups.
Hurricane glasses.
It was the same deal. So
Same
people
deal.
didn't balk at that in New Orleans because it was understood from Pat O'Brien's.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, speaking of Pat O'Brien's, this is a little bit off the subject, but you know how we used to collect from the people right when we brought them their order. Nobody ran tabs, you know.
Right.
But at Pat O'Brien's, they would let them run tabs. So many times I would see Pat O'Brien's waiters coming down into the mustache looking for the people that walk, you know, paying, you know, seriously, you know, they would just, we'd let them in to go take a, we'd let them in to go take a look because we felt for them, you know, because we had to pay for stuff out of our own bank. In other words, they gave us $20 to start the night.
$20 was the
You had
bank.
to, you had to turn in $20 at the end of the night.
But can you imagine we
You
ran
get-
that
you
whole
get-
we ran the
get
whole
walk.
mustache with all those people with no freaking credit cards.
All
Right.
cash.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all cash.
and
All
all right
cash.
when you delivered too. You didn't take now I did let some guy run a tab because he started off by giving me $100.
Enjoy your
He
tab.
says, yeah, he said, I don't want to keep paying. Here's $100. You let me know when we're running out of that. I said, okay.
Wow.
So next order, you thought, no.
Yeah, well, you're all out. Sorry.
And back then, if you got a $20 tip, that made your week.
Oh, man.
Whoa,
yeah,
that was a
it
did.
biggie.
That
Yeah.
made your week.
Now I remember this was some guy, and it was in right after the sugarcane harvest season, and he had come in. He got all his money for his sugarcane, and he was having a blast on Bourbon Street, you know. And he came into the club, So I took good care of him. I didn't screw him around, but he just didn't want to keep dealing with having to pay. He had a whole table full and just gave me, he said, look, let's just start with this, so.
Look,
But I ended up with a pretty good tip out of it.
one time Jack Nicholas came in and I waited on him at his party. And I got a $5 tip and I was thrilled.
Yeah, $5.
I was thrilled. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I used to love it when they tell you to keep the change out of a 5 for a pitcher of beer. It was $1.75.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I'm gonna go finish cooking up. I'll see you guys next week from the beach.
What are you cooking, Chris?
Pasta with peas.
Pasta with peas. Okay.
All right, take care, guys.
And I'll take
Yeah.
care.
See you later.
Garlic,
See you
right?
next week, Chris.
Yeah, see you later.
Yeah, I remember one night Pete got up, comes off, we closed, Pete comes off the bandstand and walks through all the tables looking for money on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm thinking, Pete, come on, man. That's waiters' money down here.
Yeah.
Where's
Yeah,
Peter?
We'd find
He's not here.
a few quarters on the floor sometimes.
I think somebody had found a $20 bill that week or something.
Oh, no, but hell, like seriously, but I was in college and supporting myself and a wife and a kid by the time I left the mustache, but my house note was only $122 a month. So if I made $100 on a good weekend, it was like, shit.
That was good.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I told Bonnie I had more disposable income when I was in college than I did later when I got a regular job.
Yeah,
You go home with money in your pocket every night, so it's,
Yeah.
Well,
but-
when you're getting paid in cash, there's no withholding taxes and no social security and all that stuff. So
right.
what you see is what you get.
And we
That's
really
pretty
did
much it.
dispose it.
Yeah, we disposed it pretty quick.
Yeah.
If you could avoid going out to eat every night after work or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Rizzo's next door, though. Mhm.
Go
Yeah.
to Rizzo's. Man, look.
Hard
you
of
drink- you
order
drink
folks
all-
out.
I remember drinking all night on the bandstand, going to Rizzo's, eating that garlicky marinara sauce, and going home, and I couldn't stand myself. Oh, man.
Yeah, but then you probably did it again the next night.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah. It's a great place.
Or we go down to Molly's. Remember on Toulouse Street, Molly's?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Molly's.
And you either get a big bowl of red beans and rice at 3 a.m, or the Molly burger, which was a big old hamburger with blue cheese all over it. Oh man, you talk about heartburn.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, the Hummingbird was open all night too on
Yeah.
St. Charles,
Ain't there no more.
or the Crystal.
Yeah, you know how they made the hamburgers in the Crystal?
Yeah. Well, they were only 10 cents. What the hell,
We used to go with Joe Terabau, remember, to the Greeks.
The Greeks, we'd say, okay, we're going Greeking.
Yeah.
There was a Greek restaurant. Well, it was run by Greeks. It was American Diner right there
It
on
was a
Sheridan
diner, yeah.
Square.
All
Right on
diners are run by
Sheridan
Greeks.
Square. It was run by Greeks. So we'd say, we just called it the Greeks. The name of the
Right.
place was called the Sheridan Square Restaurant.
Restaurant. Yep. But it was
I
like
don't
a diner.
That.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
called
remember
it the
that. Where
Greeks.
was it? Where was it in Sheridan Square? 'Cause I don't remember that.
Oh, it was right
Right
on
as
the
you
corner
come
of Grove and 7th, was it?
Yeah,
Oh.
where Grove hit 7.
Yeah, right there. Yep,
Interesting. How did I miss that?
It was like the point there.
yep,
Yeah,
right at the
yeah.
point. It was right there.
And
Oh,
last
boy.
time I was in New York, that place had changed into a Starbucks.
Early.
Yeah, last time I was there, it was a Starbucks too. Yep.
You ever
But
go in Starbucks and after a cafe au lait? In New Orleans, that's what they get.
In the
They look
80s,
at you like,
in the 80s, I took my family up to New York for a trip. And while my daughters were shopping, Dottie and I took the subway down. I got in touch with Tara. I said, where you want to meet? We have a cup of tea with you. He said, let's meet at the Greek. So we sat
Right.
there. It was like nothing had changed in all those years.
That's right. Same waiters and everything.
Same waiters, same booth, same menu, everything.
I think Joe ate 3 meals a day there. Or you go to Rikers, remember? Do you remember Rikers?
You go to
Yes.
Rikers, yeah,
Yeah.
Rikers or a place he didn't go, but we used to go. What was the name of the place right across the street? The Riv.
Oh,
I
the
love
Riv
it.
was great.
The river was
I
cool.
love the Riv.
I was there. It's closed now.
Yeah, the Riviera's closed.
Yeah.
That's where Andy Menschel managed it.
And they had a deli right over there walking toward Grove Street, right on 7th Avenue called Smilers.
Smiler's
Smilers.
Delicatessen, sure, know it well.
Yep, Smilers.
We go in there, Danny and I would go in there late at night and get 2 bologna sandwiches. I mean, you
Yeah, I
know,
remember Smilers.
yeah, bologna sandwiches, babe.
Do you remember the good deli on the side
Was it-
street called
was
the
it fried?
Gallery?
Sure,
I
the gallery,
remember
yeah.
Gallery was great.
Underneath the A and P.
Was it?
It was underneath the A and P, across from the subway stop, yeah. We used to go in there and get,
It was across from George Hertz.
that's right. That's
And
right.
then Ira, we used to spend a lot of time at Jimmy Day's.
Jimmy Davis. Yeah. Yep.
Fellas, I'm
Jimmy
about to
Davis was
run.
good. Jimmy Davis
Y'all
was
next
good.
week. Y'all take care.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
Rick.
Rick.
Later.
Well, I
Sandra,
I gotta go cook my salmon now, so
Stay safe.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, Jim.
You know, all right,
But
yeah,
Jimmy Davis.
yeah. One
Yeah.
quick question. I know everybody's getting off, but what was the name of that book about from Captain Ron down in Key West?
Captain Tony.
Oh,
Captain Tony, I'm sorry, Captain Tony.
yeah.
You got
Um,
it.
I
was
have
by-
it right here.
Oh, okay.
It was by Maynard or something, Brian.
I've got it. I got my fingers on it. It's underneath the
I
pile.
can't
of books.
find my book. I had it.
Yeah.
It was
Here
an
it is.
interesting book.
Well,
That's it. Life
Oh,
Lessons of a
Lessons.
Legend.
Lessons of a Legend. Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember what it was the other night. I was because trying to download something to my Kindle. Then I was okay. Yes, indeed. So I'll have a lot more reading time again soon, with all this. Because I already quit all my jobs, so I'm just editing and putting things in archives for people these days. Making a mustache video eventually.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna head out.
All
all
right.
right,
Okay,
guys.
Ira,
I'm
I'll see
heading
you
out
all,
too. See
Good to
you
see you
next
all.
time. Next time.
next
Okay, Barry,
time.
I'm glad you're feeling better, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
See you.
Yeah, that's
later,
good.
guys.
Dottie's okay too, Barry?
Yeah, man. Everybody's all right now, babe.
Bye, Billy.